In the 170s AD, the northern edge of the Roman Empire was a brutal place. Along the freezing fogs of the Danube River, the military frontier was defined by endless mud, deep forests, and constant hostility. Camped out in this wilderness is Marcus Aurelius. He is the emperor of Rome, commanding the most sophisticated, well-equipped military machine on the planet. A single word from his mouth dictates the fates of millions of people. He controls the wealth of continents, the movements of legions, and the laws that govern the known world. Yet late at night inside his tent, the most powerful man on earth isn't drafting battle plans or boasting of his conquests. Under the flickering light of a candle, he's writing reminders to himself. He never intended for anyone else to read these notes. They are desperate, intimate instructions, a private manual on how to stay patient, how to be good, and how to keep his sanity intact when everything around him is falling apart. What he produced is a text we now call Meditations. It stands as proof that a person can navigate the specific corruptions that come with absolute power. Before Marcus can handle the immense stress of running an empire, he has to shrink his own ego. He starts his journal by grounding himself in gratitude. He tallies the debts he owes others, crediting his grandfather for gentleness, his father for courage, and his tutors for philosophy. This gratitude prepares him to look inward. To navigate crises, he relies on a stoic operating system, the dichotomy of control. His reign is defined by chaos. He is dealing with the Antonine Plague wiping out populations, trusted generals turning against him, and endless, grueling warfare. He explicitly accepts that these external events are entirely outside his hands. What remains is a short, strict list of things he actually governs. He realizes he only has authority over his own judgment, his willpower, and how he responds when disaster inevitably strikes. By drawing a hard line between the unpredictable world and his own mind, Marcus builds an inner fortress. The stress and tragedy of the frontier exist, but they cannot breach his internal calm. To maintain that calm, he frequently uses a psychological technique we might call the cosmic zoom. He actively shrinks the perceived weight of his earthly problems by expanding his perspective. When he looks at the vastness of time, he realizes a human lifespan is barely a point. He writes that physical existence is as fleeting as passing smoke, and everything we know will eventually dissolve. Even the prestige of an emperor offers no escape. He reminds himself that the rulers who came before him are already dust, and that seeking fame is pointless, because those who might remember you will also soon be forgotten. You might wonder why a man who believes his legacy will vanish would bother to rule justly, or even get out of bed at all. His answer is duty. He views human beings as connected pieces of nature. Just as a bee's biological function is to make honey, a human's natural function is to work for the common good of the community. We are literally built to cooperate. As he puts it, we are made to work together, perfectly fitted to one another like the rows of upper and lower teeth. He rules from the conviction that working for others is a biological and social obligation. Sitting alone in the cold of the frontier, Marcus eventually confronts the ultimate human anxiety. He addresses the fear of death. He frames death as a necessary, natural change, as unremarkable as growing old, or the quiet shifting of the seasons. He writes an elegant instruction on how to meet the end. One should leave life like a ripe olive falling from a branch, praising the ground that catches it, and thanking the tree that grew it. This quiet, graceful acceptance of his place in the universe stands in sharp contrast to everything we expect from a ruthless Roman conqueror. Marcus Aurelius is remembered today for one primary reason. He mastered the inner workings of his own mind. His private journal leaves us with an empowering idea. A serene, resilient, and meaningful life is available to anyone, in any era, simply through the quiet control of our own thoughts and actions.